There is a problem that we haven't discussed, which is that people don't know that we exist.
Now, all new at 5, N95 masks are considered one of the best pieces of protection against the coronavirus. So why is the local company having trouble selling them? It has more than 30 million for sale, but finding buyers has become a big problem.
And as CBS 4's Peter Dench tells us, the problem is even more common across the country.
Because of the pandemic, Dematec Miami got into the business of making much needed N95 masks and invested tens of millions of dollars in new machinery. But now the company is having trouble finding buyers. Dematec is making N95 masks nonstop. At 4 different sites from Miami Lakes to Doral.
It's creating the fold molded with heat and pressure, then it ultrasonically seals. So this is how we start off the folded mask version.
Company Vice President Luis Arguello Jr. says there's a tremendous demand for the N95 masks, but sadly, he has a lack of buyers.
We're finding that most people are basing themselves solely on price, and it's a war that we cannot win against China. So we're having a very difficult time on the private sector with regards to pricing.
Arguello says his masks are about 30% more expensive than ones purchased from China.
The U.S. labor is much more expensive than the labor coming out of Asia,
which is a huge challenge.
As an American company, we pride ourselves in hiring and paying living wages to our workers. And as a consequence, the prices are higher. And then on the public sector, you know, there's been a lot of fighting in terms of the election and the stimulus budgets. So we're waiting for the government to start buying masks to give out to the state.
Another factor, Facebook and Google banned the sale and advertising of N95 masks amid concerns that practice could divert those masks away from frontline healthcare workers.
There is a problem that we haven't discussed, which is that people don't know that we exist. We can't advertise on Google. We can't sell online. Most people don't know where to buy an N95. So we're having a very hard time educating consumers that we exist.
Arguello says Dematec will keep churning out its N95 masks, even though his supply far exceeds demand. Arguello says the lack of demand for his N95 masks is taking its toll. He says he now may have to lay off some of his 1,500 workers. In Doral, Peter Dench, CBS 4 News.